Hello, my friends. I was getting ready to do some cooking using some food from our garden, and as I was making little labels to share them with you, I realized that there's a language lesson here too. So let's check this out. I have two things from my garden. I have potatoes. Well, technically that is potato. Let's make it potatoes. There we go. I have potatoes, the plural of the word potato, and I have tomatoes, the plural of the word tomato. Let's look at both of those words when they aren't plural, when we're only talking about just one. Potato on its own ends in an O. Tomato on its own ends in an O. When you want to make either of those words plural, when you want to say that there is more than one, onto the word potato, you add es to make it say potatoes. And onto the word tomato, you add es to make it tomatoes. What's up with that? A lot of words, you don't add an es. When you make most words plural, you just add the s. There are some interesting spelling rules about this because you might think, oh, I've solved the code. Anytime a word ends in an O and you want to make it plural, you just add an es. And you'd be on the right track because that's true sometimes. But it's a little more complicated than that. So let's investigate the mystery of the words ending in O and whether they get an S or an ES. So, check this out. If we look at the word kangaroos, which unfortunately I do not have one here to share with you, well, kangaroo looks like that. It ends with two O's. And when we make it plural, we only add an S. It ended with two vowels. Remember, the vowels are the letters A, E, I, O, U, and every once in a while, Y gets to count as a vowel. So kangaroo ends with two O's, with two vowels. And when we make it plural, we only add an S. The word patios, like your patio being your back porch where you like to hang out and, have garden parties perhaps, when we make it plural, we just add an S. Let's look at the word patio. It ends with I-O. I is a vowel, O is a vowel. Patio ends with two vowels, and when we make it plural, we only add an S. That is the very basic first part of our rule about adding S's or ES's to the ends of words that end in O. If the word ends in two vowels, it only gets an S. If the word ends in one vowel, like potato, there's that single vowel, or tomato, there's the single vowel, then it gets an ES. Cricket says hi if you can hear him. But, like is often the case in language, there are some exclusions. There are some times when that's not true. So first, we have a collection of words where you're actually allowed to pick. Did you know that the word buffalo, well, it ends in only one vowel, which means following our basic rule, it would get the ES. But this is the way I see most people write the word buffaloes. According to the dictionary, buffaloes is correct with a single vowel and just the S, or with the ES, like it were following the rule. Another one that works that way, avocados. It ends with a single vowel, just that O, so following the rule, it should get the ES. And this is a correct way to spell avocados. But according to the dictionary, so is this. So fortunately for us, there's a whole lot of times where if we follow the rule, we will be right, even if we aren't using the most common way that people spell the word. There are a few words that do the opposite of what the rule says it should do. Most instruments, so words like piano, if we write that one out, it ends with a single vowel, which would mean that following the rule, it would get the ES, but it does not. it gets only the S. Most musical instruments break the rule, and there are some other words that do too that you can learn eventually. But to get started, a really good way to remember is that if your word ends in an O and it has a consonant in front of it, a letter that is not a vowel, then it gets an ES. And if your word ends in an O and it has another vowel before it, like kangaroo or patio, then it gets just an S. See if you can make yourself a list of words that follow the rule and some words that don't. Maybe you'll find some that you'll have to look in a dictionary. Remember, if you don't have a dictionary available at home, you can go into our virtual language classroom and click on one there that you can use online. Have a good day, and you'll see these potatoes and tomatoes again because I'm about to get started on a cooking project. Bye for now.